Hey guys, Rob from Ultimate Diesel Tuning. Well, behind me is a 2020 Mitsubishi Triton MR, and we tuned this car a little over 12 months ago. But today I want to do something a little bit different. I've actually got the owner back in, Daniel. So nice to see you again, Daniel.
Yeah, likewise.
Tell us a little about what have you done to the Triton, because you've fully kitted it out.
Yeah, pretty much whatever I could put to it, I did. Started off slowly with bar work, lift and all that stuff.
Getting off-road, protect those sills with the rock sliders.
Yeah, very important. I tore off the factory side steps off-roading and just had to put something back there. So yeah, I went Legend X rock sliders.
Cool. No damage done?
No damage done. Thank God for that.
So one of the big things, customers say when you're putting like 32s, 33s, or just an upgraded size tyre on the car, you start to notice a bit of the power going away. Did you notice that yourself?
I noticed a little bit of power loss when I put the bigger tyres on, admittedly, but yeah, and that's just what encouraged me to go see you guys here at Ultimate Diesel, and just to try and rectify them power loss. Yeah,
so the big thing we did was also, you do a bit of towing every now and again, but not all the time, do you? It's more mainly sort of, obviously recreational, get out and about in it, and then you mention you did use it day to day as well?
Yeah, just occasional, like a couple of times a month, tow the trailer around, just needed that bit of up and go with it. Yeah. And just needed that bit of extra power. Yeah,
so you went 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
When you picked it up from us 12 months ago, what was it like when you picked it up?
Well, as soon as I got onto the road, I immediately put my foot down and it threw me into the back of the seat. Yeah, right. Immediately, especially with how heavy the car is. I was quite surprised about that.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest things, Daniel, that a customer does notice after you get to tune. So you've done some nice modifications. One things that we really do recommend to the customer is you've done the upgraded PWR intercooler as well.
Yes, I have.
And you were mentioning when we previously spoke to you, you've seen a big improvement in the temperature of the vehicle. So you've got a scan gauge in there. How is it now when you're cruising on the highway?
Yeah, temperatures dropped at least 15 to 20 degrees on the coolant, and the intake doesn't go over 60 degrees, which is a 15-degree drop from it was previously tuned, which is just phenomenal. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah, look, I mean, when we talk to customers about fitting an intercooler, as you know, they're quite expensive.
Oh yeah, they are.
It's not like you all of a sudden go another 15% more in power. It's that real efficiency that kicks in. So what you're seeing is exactly what we tell every customer is about. Fitting an intercooler to your car helps to drop those temperatures down and makes your engine run a lot more efficient, which taking that stress away from obviously those excessive heats which you see potentially in and around Queensland in January and December. Yeah,
which is exactly what it's done. Could not fold it to a T. I just went on a recent road trip out west, and temps just went beautiful, just like it would be running around town. Just couldn't fold it. Fuel economies back to where it was from battery with all this added weight on, so that's even better.
Well, that's a dream. And one of the things about fuel economy, we don't preach fuel economy because it's very difficult depending on what your right foot does and how you drive. But some people do report some really good numbers in the way of fuel economy, so it's positive to hear that you get a bit of a saving at the Bowser.
100%.
Yeah, cool. What I want to do today is just go for a drive with you, because I haven't it's been over 12 months since I went for a drive when we tuned the car. But talk to you through what you notice when you're driving it yourself. So do you mind if we jump in and go for a drive?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, cool. What do you notice the most? Obviously we tune a lot of Tritons, but it's good to tell obviously our customers what they notice the most about when you got it tuned from previously when it was stock from the tune.
Well, pretty much the instant power you get. The throttle lag has been reduced drastically, which is very handy, admittedly. The engine temps, coolant temps, intake temps, all of them have dropped drastically.
You've got the scan gauge monitoring everything there.
Yep. And just the general drivability of the vehicle is just 10 times better, especially with all the weight that's in the vehicle. It just drives
heaps better.
Fantastic. Cannot fault it.
Yeah, good. You mentioned to me before about the intercooler. One of the reasons was obviously you got the bar on the front, and you want to get obviously the efficiency, but changing it from standard to putting a bar in does block up some of the front bar. So I think that was is that probably the reason why you got the intercooler as well?
Yeah, pretty much. Like as everyone does know, when you do throw a bull bar onto a vehicle, it does
lights, bull bar, winch.
Yeah, pretty much everything you can throw on the bar. It does restrict the airflow into the intercooler.
Yeah.
And the factory ones these days are just made for factory use only.
Well, these actually get a bit of a problem with the actual the cold side pipe where they get a little crack in them. All the MRs, we get phone calls, customers ring up, oh, I've got a problem with DPF. No, it's actually a pipe that's damaged. And the O-rings tend to blow out on the factory one a bit as well. So it's a maintenance thing, which is a good thing too. So that certainly takes the reliability side of things, puts it at the forefront of when you're traveling. You're not going to have to worry about the intercooler.
Yeah, I actually got very lucky with that because just my O-rings started weeping. They didn't completely go. So I got them replaced under warranty, and 2 weeks later I saw you guys already had it booked in. So all hard pipes from the intercooler, no stress or issues from the future with that, which is another main reason why I got it all done, is just for preventative maintenance.
And when you get away for driving, where's the best place you enjoy going?
If it's for a social weekend, away with the family or friends and all that stuff, I do enjoy going to the Springs out of just past Warwick there.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good little area that he's got running.
Yeah, Lucas does a good job.
Yeah, he's top bloke. If I'm just going by myself, I actually like going to Newham Creek out of Woodford.
Yep.
Nice little campground out there, always green, people are friendly, not too much noise happening. It's just a good little de-stressor.
Yeah. What's in the back wires? You got obviously 12 volt in there as well.
Yeah, I've got full 12 volt apart from a inverter. Yep. I've got MSA drawers, air compressor, fridge slide, and all the basics that you just throw in the drawers.
Yeah, nice.
I've pretty much fully kitted out in the back, fully self-sufficient, solar panel on the roof.
Yeah, great.
So it constantly feeds into the battery, so my fridge runs 24/7.
Yeah, I must say, having drinks in a fridge and keeping them nice and cold drinks in the fridge is pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is, especially after a hard day of wheeling, you just want to rock up the camp, just open the fridge and off you go.
Yeah, it's good, mate. And what sort of sparked you to get obviously the Triton and do it up?
Well, my previous car to this was a ML Triton.
Oh, awesome. I've actually still got the original ML Triton we own at UD2, which is an Melbourne shop.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. They are great cars. A bit of the ugly duckling in the whole four-wheel drive scene. But for bang for buck...
can't fault it though.
No, you can't fault it. Like, when I bought this, it was low 50s I paid for it, outright. But if I wanted to follow the popularity course and get, say, a Hilux or a Ranger, I would have paid at least 25 grand.
And you put a lot of extras into a car.
Yeah, and for that 25 grand, I put it into this vehicle, and because I did that, it could outdrive any of them stock vehicles. So it was kind of a no-brainer.
And the Triton gearbox, it's one of the only cars that's got a really good transmission cooler on it as well. So they're really, just in here we are there. Yeah, they're, from that perspective, they're a really good thing.
Yeah.
Just got another customer picking up his car.
Yeah, so the 2020 Triton was the first major vehicle that actually came with the factory transmission cooler. It even came
just parking over here then.
Yep. It actually came before the Hilux Ranger and everything. Yeah. And then the 2021 Hiluxes started doing the transmission cooler. So
that's right.
That was another main reason why I got the Triton, because we already had it done.
Well, Daniel, thanks for bringing the car in.
No, you're right.
Thanks for obviously sharing a bit about what you've done with it and building it up. One good thing our customers like to hear is that experience, and it's one thing to talk about when you've tuned it, a week ago, or you're about to get it tuned, but talking about it 12 months down the track and how you've enjoyed it and those experiences have been great. So, but it looks great. You've certainly kitted it out well, throwing a number of paychecks into it.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah. Mate, thanks again.
No, all good. Appreciate it. Thank you.